The sun helps power artificial intelligence. If computer code is embedded in nature and everything in nature is powered by the sun, then the sun definitely has to have a mechanical part to it. Let's get into it. First, I really want you to pay attention to this video. I know that I've shown you this video before, but maybe with recent videos that I have made, you're going to be able to hear something in this video that you have not heard before. Roll the footage.
Let's take you to these very strange images that are behind your head right now. These are pictures of equations. I've been, for the last 15 years, trying to answer the kinds of questions that my colleagues here have been raising. And what I've come to understand is that there are these incredible pictures that contain all the information of a set of equations that are related to string theory. And it's even more bizarre than that, because when you then try to understand these pictures, you find out that buried in them are computer codes, just like the type that you find in a browser when you go surf the web.
You're saying your attempt to understand the fundamental operations of nature leads you to a set of equations that are indistinguishable from the equations that drive search engines and browsers on our computers.
That is correct. So,
wait, I have to just be silent for a minute here. So you're saying as you dig deeper, you find computer code writ in the fabric of the cosmos.
Into the equations that we want to use to describe the cosmos, yes.
Computer code.
Computer code, strings of bits of ones and zeros.
It's not just sort of resembles computer code. You're saying it is computer code.
It's not even just is computer code. It's a special kind of computer code that was invented by a scientist named Claude Shannon in the 1940s. That's what we find very, very deeply inside the equations that occur in string theory and in general in systems that we can say are supersymmetric. Some of those codes are showing on the screen behind you right now. They don't look like codes, but these pictures, which we call adinkras, are graphical representations of sets of equations that are based on codes. That in the description of our universe, that is a supersymmetrical universe, which we were going to test in the LHC. If you believe that description, I can show you the presence of these codes. That's my...
All right, so this is from November 16th of this year, 2023, so really recent. Artificial intelligence reveals first ever image of unseen parts of the sun. So you should go and check out this article, but what I would like to point out to you is the result. The scientist explains provide a more complete image of our host star and will help us understand how its radiation is likely to impact technologies like power grids, satellites, and radio communications, because radio frequencies are around you everywhere that you walk. You have FM and you have AM, amplitude modulation, frequency modulation. So when you turn that dial on your radio, you're picking up on the signals that are around you at all times. And when you turn the dial and you get a blank station, that static you hear, that is the static electricity that exists around you at all times. Now, if ones and zeros computer code has been found in the fabric of nature and the sun powers nature, this would mean, from my analyzation of this, that the sun has to have some mechanical parts of it, right? Because it's a fusion reactor using nuclear fusion energy. Okay, I'm going to come back to this, but let's check out this next article. China's artificial sun just broke a record for longest sustained nuclear fusion. Superheated plasma reached 126 million degrees Fahrenheit for 17 minutes. This was January 10th of 2022. That's roughly 5 times hotter than the sun, which radiates a scorching 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit at the surface and about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit at its core. Coal and natural gas are the primary energy sources currently used around the world, but these materials come in limited supply, and they go on to say that nuclear fusion could be what could be adapted into our society to have long-lasting, sustaining energy supplies. The recent operation lays a solid scientific and experimental foundation towards the running of a fusion reactor. China's nuclear fusion reactor was designed to potentially be used as a near limitless supply of clean energy on Earth. Keeping plasma contained at such intense temperatures without leakage, however, has proven to be extremely challenging. Scientists have been working to harness energy from nuclear fusion for over 70 years. This comes from Science in the News, Plasma for Fusion, How Magnets Are Paving the Way for Clean Energy. Class, please pay attention. Fusion occurs when two or more atoms, the particles that make up all things, combine to make a single new type of atom. But this doesn't happen spontaneously because atoms are made of positively and negatively charged particles known as protons and electrons. They will often repel each other if they get too close. This is similar to how the negative poles of two bar magnets will repel each other if you try to push them together. Just to paraphrase the rest, these kinetic energy from the atoms has to move so fast that it overcomes the repulsive forces of the protons and the electrons. An atom's speed can be increased by raising the temperature of the system that the atom is in. So when the temperature is raised, the energy in the form of the heat is absorbed by the atoms and converted to kinetic energy, allowing them to move faster. When the particles do achieve fusion, energy is released, and that's the energy that we get from the sun. So think about that. Why are we charged up by the sun? Keep that in mind. This energy can then be harnessed for other processes, such as powering electric generators. Now, going down in this article, it says the movement of its many charged particles make plasma capable of conducting electricity and being affected by magnetic fields. This property is key for the new fusion methods that physicists and engineers are developing. How are magnets involved in fusion? I'm going to go down to the highlighted part here. The generated magnetic fields are so powerful that they can confine plasma inside the field, directing the atoms to stay within a particular space, like our realm, right? This confinement, which is referred to as a plasma bottle, that's what the sun is, increases the chances of two ions meeting and fusing while also safely containing the superheated plasma inside of the magnet and away from the walls of the device. Let that sink in. The Earth's magnetic field is the reason that the sun is contained the way that it does. So, y'all, solar flares, they don't exist. If solar flares existed, we would all perish because the sun is underneath the firmament. Plasma can be artificially generated by heating a neutral gas or subjecting it to a strong electromagnetic field, just to substantiate what I just said, right? And the strong electromagnetic field is the Earth's magnetic field. The response of plasma to electromagnetic fields is used in many modern devices and technologies, such as plasma television and plasma etching, and lightning, the sun. Those are technologies, but we consider them to be natural. But when you think about what is natural, then you have to go to the binary code found in our universe. So our natural state is computer code, is binary code, is this mechanical existence that we live in. Now, lasers are another byproduct of containing plasma in the way that we do. Startups with laser beams, the companies trying to ignite fusion energy. So laser guns is nothing more than like nuclear fusion type of technology. So let me get down to what I'm actually trying to say here. So when you hear about the story of Adam and Eve, what you are hearing about is the sun and the darkness without the presence of the sun. Adam is not Adam, it's Atom. And Eve means evening, right? Especially the time between sunset and darkness, like Set and Horus, right? Set meaning the sun set, Horus meaning hours that the sun, the light, is out during the day. So this is Set that we taught about, right? Set had a positive role where he accompanies Ra, the sun, on his barque to repel Apep, the serpent of chaos. The serpent of chaos is the Ouroboros, is an ancient symbol depicting a serpent or dragon eating its own tail. So Set accompanied Ra, Eve accompanied Adam, right? When the sun is not in your area, you're getting the Eve, you're getting the Set, the darkness. He was the Lord of the Red Land, the desert, where he was the balance to Horus' role as the Lord of the Black Land, the fertile land, because when the sun shines down on the land, things grow, fertile land. And the serpent that gave Eve the forbidden fruit is the Ouroboros, which comes out of the womb of creation. The sun is AI.